Well, there is some breaking news this morning. Fox and ESPN are open to talks with the Big 12 about the conference's next television deal. That is very unexpected because they were supposed to negotiate in 2024 actually. So, and it's per Pete Thamel. We know how reliable he is. Like they already have agreed to be engaged with the Big 12 about their next TV contract, which is huge. The imminent opening of these conversations are significant, which comes more than a year and a half before the league's television contract calls for a formal and exclusive negotiating window with both current partners. This development allows the Big 12, which has a contract through the 2024 football season, to potentially get tangible future revenue numbers for both its members and potential additions. Besides the four already coming into the Big 12 with BYU, Houston, UCF, and Cincinnati. There's potential down the line like Colorado, Utah, Arizona State, or Pac-12, some Pac-12 schools, or maybe even San Diego State. Maybe. Well, let's just have to wait and see. And the conversations could lead to contract negotiations and extension, which would be a distinct advantage for the Big 12 as it navigates through this uncertain time of college athletics. Oh yeah, it is uncertain. There's no formal window on these conversations between the Big 12 and ESPN and Fox, which are expected to be soon. If no deal is reached, the conference can secure a deal through a more traditional timeline. For the television contracts, the discussions do not affect the formal negotiating window in the contracts. If nothing happens from these conversations, the networks maintain the formal negotiating window in February 2024. The opening of discussions essentially gives Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark and the conference TV partners two chances to engage. Of course, we know the willingness for the Big 12's TV partners come to the table could mitigate one big advantage at the Pac-12 has in the current conference television landscape. As of course, I'll put this link just below, but it's pretty big considering the Big 12 is already trying to get ahead of the game. I mean, it's important to know your TV numbers before the Pac-12 potentially, because look, if you know the numbers and the Pac-12 doesn't, and it's lower by at least $5 million, some of those Pac-12 teams will think about going elsewhere. So we know that it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this down the line. But I would say for those people that think Brett Yormark is not doing anything, you're wrong. He's doing something. He has been doing something. He was visiting the remaining 8 Big 12 schools, as well as the 4 new additions coming in. And he'll visit Oklahoma and Texas down the line, but those 12 are more important than those 2 divas in Oklahoma and Texas. Yes, I said divas because they're bullies in terms of what the conference should do. They're the ones that didn't want to expand in 2016 because they knew they wanted to leave. And we know the reason why Colorado and Nebraska left and A&M left. It's because of Texas. I mean, it's the truth. And same goes for Missouri as well. They're the ones that created the mess. And they're going to leave that mess. And you know what? Sure, it might hurt in money. But down the line, there will not be any bullies in the Big 12. Like that, in terms of like Texas bullying the Big 12, what to do. They're going to all have equal voices. So I would definitely say this is a big advantage for the Big 12 now because, like I said before, once you figure out your TV numbers and if you could get a deal and it could include future additions, you could add some teams for the Pac 12 or San Diego State or Boise State. We'll see, and the only advantage I think I see for San Diego State is you're just getting a footprint in California, and of course the basketball is good and football has been good. So and I know the TV market numbers are not great, but you gotta think about they're not high because they're a group of 5. So that's just another possibility. Besides those 4 Pac-12 schools like I mentioned. But I'm not mentioning Oregon and Washington as of this moment because for all we know, they could go to the Big Ten. But if somehow they don't get in the Big Ten, go take them if possible. I mean, that's the thing. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. Let's give me up to 400 subscribers and more by the end of this year.